use the bag for life and not carry a bag. All these little things. I'm not here all the time. All these little tidbits that come into the business, they process that. Yeah. So So
really, it's on a large scale ideas that are coming from your personal ethical. But the team is executing that for you to ensure that the business is fully...
Absolutely. Yeah, of course they are. They know, like, for example, the day somebody bought their own chorizo in from Tesco's. It was their own, but they'd obviously left it on the side, taking out the bag for life, our bag for life, to put into their bag. And I was like, what's this? Why have we got this here? And they automatically were like, no, that's mine, I'm taking it home, maybe with my girlfriend later. Like, ours is, outdoor bread, pata negra, iberico ham, and it's outdoor bread, and so I was like, freedom farming. So even on that level, they know. And that goes across everything from ethics and morals to health and safety. Mm-hmm. They just know things, it's jumped into them to do things. It's like pit pony effect now, which sounds a bit enforceful, but then the rest of it just runs smoothly. They understand about the music, what we play the music, how we greet people at the door, from breastfeeding, how we handle somebody.
A great example is we were doing this interview outside with no music on. 2 customers walked in, and that's one of the reasons
we have to shift out. Absolutely,
because the customers were coming first,
and they understand that customers come first. They know everything about what's going on. They understand how to control every situation. And how we do things and what we've done in the past, so it's easier to run.
And for you as a businesswoman or a woman in business, how has that... She's laughing her head off because she told me she doesn't like the word businesswoman.
Successful businesswoman. But on a journey.
What has it been like in Northern Ireland as a businesswoman? Is it easy to be a businesswoman in the Northern Ireland landscape?
I don't know. I don't get invited to anything.
No one invites me anywhere. You just get on with it.
Just get on with it. No one invites me. I got rung once. This is about 6 years ago for Northern Irish businesswoman to give a voucher for a girl, and I was like, voucher? Where's my invite? I don't get invited to anything. honestly, I get like the guys at Antrim Road Skip said about coming up for Christmas drinks. That's it. No one likes me.
Christmas,
seriously,
Christmas drinks in this.
Yeah, actually, they had some furniture, so it's quite. And a gnome. I love a gnome. I love a nice plastic gnome. I don't. Do you know what? I'd like to open a business forum here, because I don't think that's one thing I say in Northern Ireland, and I hate saying this, but it's natural. It's a small place. It's very cliquey. Mm-hmm. I think you'd say there's areas you're like.
100% I agree. While sculpting my peppermint tea.
They just click together, and that's like, I lived in Ibiza for many years. Ibiza's really cliquey. If you want to in with the right village people and stuff. But you know what? In Northern Ireland, we've seen a massive merge of internationals coming in. Belfast has changed drastically in the last 10 years. Like and when I first moved here, I'm going to say it was very white. My mum used to call it rice pudding, and it's changed. We see all different skin colours now. We see different nationalities, languages. We see different religions here, and I think it's fantastic what's going on. But that needs to represent the business community now. Yeah. And I do feel there's a lot of people out here who've got businesses that are not from Northern Ireland that are being isolated because it's not the click.
Okay.
And I hear people talking all the time. A photographer I worked with recently said that she's been really pushed out of that kind of industry here. She felt like she wasn't getting the contacts because other people are quite frankly envious and jealous of a young girl coming on the scene. That's appalling behaviour. Like, get over yourself. Like, I like to help people. I can show you texts and emails, people saying, look, if you get me this content, get that, because
that's what you do. That's what you do.
Yeah. I want Belfast to be busy. I'm not those people that are like, if somebody... Why would you want to be the only restaurant in Northern Ireland? Why would you be the only photographer, only makeup artist, the only shop selling men's suits? Seriously, grow up. Like, the more things that are here. Savile Row's not upset there's another suit shop next door to them. Yeah. Soho doesn't get upset when the restaurant opens.
Oh,
strip
absolutely.
Club. Yeah. They're like, bring it on, the more the merrier. Because people want choice, don't they? And the more people will come here and tourists and want to live back in Belfast, city that's went through horrendous time. People want to live back in a vibrant city.
Yeah, and that's actually a great comment to lead us on to the Cathedral Quarter Business Improvement District.
Yeah.
You came into the Cathedral Quarter before everybody else got excited about it.
Yeah.
You were one of the first restaurants here.
There's a lot of prostitutes. And drug dealers.
As long as they had
them. And I was offered nothing.
But now it's becoming a much more thriving area. You've got 2 restaurants here, so obviously it's an area of the city that's close to your heart. But
yeah, it's lovely.
When you look back at kind of the Cathedral Quarter when you first opened to the Cathedral Quarter now, and some of the plans that are coming, does it give you more of a, I suppose, an enthusiasm for Belfast?
I haven't seen any plans. I'm not invited on this either. What's this forum? Honestly, I'm not invited on this.
The Cathedral Quarter.
Patricia was the strategy group, lovely Patricia, but I haven't seen her in ages. And I don't know, like one thing they should do, which I don't understand why it's such a difficult thing to do on a Saturday night, close down Hill Street, because someone's going to get killed.
Yeah.
And that's the truth of it, right?
Absolutely.
And that's what really bugs in Northern Ireland. It's always like, wait, something awful happens, then we'll do something.
Yeah.
You know, you can close any street down, quite frankly, a lot of them without permission, over the 12th of July. Yet every Sunday when it's dead in this area, we can't have a bread market or a market on Hill Street. That street needs to be closed down of a Friday, Saturday night, or of an evening. There's no reason for anybody that has to drive down there unless it's an ambulance. Close it down. And when I stayed at a meeting, the one meeting I went to about Covent Garden, I was politely and smugly informed by some of the council, well, quite frankly, we're pleased we're not Covent Garden. Like, who the hell with a business brain in civil council thinks that Covent Garden, what a dump. Who wants to be like that? We don't want to be like Covent Garden.
Yeah.
Don't want an opera house. We don't want music at attendance. No. We want the hookers and the drug dealers. Keep it real, which maybe it's ridiculous. So that needs to change drastically as well. I don't know. Like, I would like to see the ideas. The only thing I think is sad is they're definitely pushing out the creatives here. You're seeing overpriced.
Yeah.
The studios they can't afford to go into, and that's typical, isn't it? Of regeneration, you know, gentrification. That it's always people that made the area get pushed out of the area. You know, so I'm sure there's some fantastic ideas. Whether it stays that way, I don't know, because they're certainly outpricing the area now. Some of the units, the ridiculous cost they're coming in at, no one's going to take them. Yeah. So this is a problem as well.
So there needs to be a reality check, really, as well.
Yeah, they just got greedy. But that happens everywhere. Temple Bar got greedy. And then it was like rubbish, and then, you know, I can't say the word I want to say, but... and then it's come back on its feet again because they got real and were like, nothing's happening here. They're not going to pay those prices, or they're going to pay them and go under until... the realtor goes, let's wise up here.
And of course, if you take a complete like swerve, curveball, you've got premises that you're looking at in the Lisburn Road, and potentially new restaurant coming in the new year. Yeah. So one of the things I noticed about you was this obsession with innovation, with doing something new, with recreating and you know, and being creative. Without revealing it all, what can we tell people about the Lisburn Road project?
It's not very crazy. It's called Made in South Belfast. It took me a long time, that name. There was a lot of strategy meetings at think tanks. Look, we're changing what Made in Belfast is. Like I said, we've got a new brand coming out. We're working with amazing creative people.
And I have to say, I've seen the new brand, and it is absolutely
fantastic.
Amazing. I suppose, full disclosure, Emma is one of my clients, so I have to say nice things. No, but no. In fairness, I have seen the new brand by the lovely Mel at Us Folk, and I have to say, do you know what I loved about it? I loved that it was everything that Made in Belfast is. It wasn't uniform. Yeah. It wasn't one colour. Yeah. It wasn't one style. It was made in Belfast, but in graphics. Yeah, and I loved the fact that it was so vibrant. Yeah. The vibrancy of it really stands out.
Oh, it's great. It's very blocky and coloury, and it really sums up what Belfast is. And we was always anti-brown, which I don't know was another language for just put it all together and it'll work. But it's got to the point now we have to look at things and say, right, if we're going to do 4, 5, 6 that are Made in Belfast brand, or then a different brand, we need to have something that we can identify with and people can identify with, and take these sort of little images of what Belfast is and what we see it to be, not what everyone thinks of in Belfast, but different things, you know. There's an ostrich in there. I don't know where the ostrich is coming to, but I think ostrich is a restaurant. You've an ostrich in the front. There's not a random ostrich in Belfast. Don't go looking for it, but like things like that.
So you can never get rid of that now.
I know, it's the best £30 I've spent, apart from a pair of shoes years ago in Topshop. Like I'm really excited. South Belfast is an area, it's a different kind of area, a different sort of group of people, BT9ers, but we're really excited. It's a sort of basement restaurant, we've never done that before, which is going to be a challenge. And the design by Terry Design, we're working with those guys. They're amazing, their ideas. But to be honest with you, actually, it's a lot of my stuff, really. Yeah. I've kind of gone into this is what I want to do it. So that's really exciting. We're going more sustainable, as in the furniture and durable this time. A lot, you know, chairs won't be collapsing. Okay. Mirrors won't fall off walls. Lights won't be zapping people. you know, a bit more squidge, nice fire.
But the big question is, will you have a Christmas tree?
We will have a Christmas tree. We'll have a Christmas tree. Yeah. God, don't do that again. And the giraffe. We've got a massive giraffe. We're trying to work out. We're trying to work out how to secure it because I just know someone's going to steal it.
Oh, is it for outside?
It's outside. This huge giraffe. Because I was like, well, Belfast has a zoo and you had a giraffe. Although apparently it didn't have a giraffe, but some drunk guy on the Falls Road told me that in a pub. So
it didn't have a giraffe.
No, he said it did have a giraffe. So I got the giraffe.
Loads of giraffes up at the zoo.
Oh, was there? He said there was in some other. I said there wasn't.
Up there at the moment.
Is this pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right then. Because I was like, that's 3K.
There are definitely giraffes.
What a waste of money. That's like a facelift. No,
unless they've emigrated since I was last there.
We've stolen one, stuffed it. No. So yeah, really excited about South Belfast. There's a lot of bars. The people in the local area are really excited. We just feel like something that way, more relaxing, but community. So again, we're working with community, saying to people sort of involved with the Lisbon Road Association, what is it we want up there? And we're testing the water, talking to people in the area, like what do they want, you know, wines, beers, food, what we're looking for.
But again, this is part of what you do. It's that sort of deep dive and intensive research that you do, you know, because you could be almost fooled into thinking that you just sort of went in over a weekend and opened.
No, you don't. You know, of course you don't.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, how much research is enough or too much?
There's never enough research. You just keep researching. Never enough research. Like if you meet a new product, from TripAdvisor to things like BuzzFeed, there's so many websites from interior design to food, everything. Just testing the market, but like
I get the impression your friends and family are like, oh, not another.
I know, but then like my brother Asa, he calls it like chef porn. Like we have like food magazines everywhere, design magazines, the toilet all around our houses and stuff. We're always reading about stuff, and he watches endless chefs shows and stuff. I think there's one called Chef's Table, and they go to places like Brazilian rainforesty chefs and stuff, and they're doing it just pure. There's nothing in financial there. It's literally just the love, which is great. I'm not on that level yet. Like I have to pay staff, but you know. But like at the end of the day, I think it's the ingrowing realisation that, you know, people work really hard in jobs that they don't maybe like. You know, not everybody wants to be involved in business, and I totally respect that. People want a mortgage, a 9 to 5, to be with their family, enjoy a couple of holidays a year, and there's nothing wrong with that. I embrace that. I'd love to be.
You seem like a real 9 to 5er to me.
Yeah. Like, you know, but I really embrace that. I'm like, no, I think that's great that people want to do that. I hate the people that knock that. You see creatives knocking that, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that. It must be. I have friends, grandparents, been in the same job for like, what are them, 60 years? Wow. I'm like, what? To work in a factory where you love that job.
Someone deserves a medal.
Yeah,
that's
and they
amazing.
do. And some companies, you got a company in Yorkshire paying off their mortgages, and that's great. Like, and without those people that really care, because there's been a lot of changes and they're still there. That's fantastic. I think sometimes we're too quick to go change a company, change the staff. You have to invest in staff. You know, we've been working with a company, Engage and Grow, Cleoftus. Fantastic, and that's really working with us as well. So that's something we've really embraced as well, that we have to work at a close level with staff and talking about things and change, embracing change.
The development of the staff is just as important as the development of the...
Understand the customers well. The customers work really, really hard that day, and what you perceive to be just a simple thing like a burger and a beer, they look forward to it all day, and if you mess that up, that's really upsetting. That just really annoys me. There's no reason that to happen. You know, it's... Giving a service and good food is really, 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 really easy.
And that brings me on nicely to the food, because obviously it's such a massive crux. How do you guys come up with your dishes, and how do you decide what it is that you're going to do? Is it feelings and whims and guts, or is it?
It's pictures on BBC Food, you know, British menu pictures. Or when I've gone on travels, just texting, you know, our director now, I suppose, is Stephen's on board, the head chef, executive chef, director of everything. I would send through pictures and images and talk about food or something. I've been somewhere, again through travel, you've seen something or you come up with ideas sometimes, and a lot of stuff we do is very back to basics, you know, like fish finger sandwiches, shepherd's pie, fish pie, nice soups.
But that collaboration with Stephen is so important for you.
How things come out, and sometimes we argue about food. There was a donut dish on recently that I was like, that's ridiculous. You're on a date, you can't eat that. Like, how would you eat a donut with a spoon without looking like disgusting? It's not a date.
But not dessert. Everyone would think like that. And maybe is that maybe some of the thought processes that have got you to where you are today? Because you are going, no, hold on a second. Most people who are coming out to a restaurant are potentially on a date, and they don't want to have a big lump of donut on their face.
You're chasing it round. The testicle on a plate.